this one, love it.
Oh, I love this one.
Oh, that's good that you got the car in. That's brilliant. Yeah.
And obviously we have our concept now for December as well.
Yeah.
Okay, you're all happy enough with that?
Yeah, perfect.
Nice one, guys.
Brilliant.
Well done, everyone.
Good job. Yeah, delighted.
Good stuff, lads. Buzzing, let's go.
With Ford, the judges of this task, Elevate and Fusion head to their presentation venue and hope they have fulfilled their brief for a fun and stylish calendar. Awaiting them is Joanne Sheehan, the marketing director of Ford Ireland, Linda Cunningham, her colleague, and Tommy MacDonald, director of Ford's advertising agency. And first up to present is Elevate, led by project manager Sarah.
Good morning, I'm Sarah and this is Elevate Marketing. First of all, thank you for giving us such an interesting, exciting and challenging brief. We chose a concept that basically marries the idea of 12 months, 12 USPs, 12 ultimate party moments. Today we'd like to present to you a selection of the calendar months that we have devised, and we're going to start with February. Obviously, the tagline we used up here is make connections, to signify the fact that you can plug your MP3 or iPod into the entertainment centre and you can obviously connect with the car that way. The image we use then is of a couple, and they're obviously having a moment making a connection. And also we included a call to action down here in the bottom left-hand corner. The next month I'd like to show you is March. We used the tagline, get in where you fit in, and obviously we illustrated that by having a group of friends at a festival, kind of in a little tent, obviously because the Park Assist enables drivers to get into the tightest of spaces, which is what we've included as a USP then as well. And then for October, we chose the whole idea of music, because obviously music is a massive part of any driving experience, especially with the Ford Fiesta, as the radio is not just a radio, it's an entertainment centre. You know, you can...
I have one very big question. Nowhere in the calendar can I see a Ford Oval or can I see the word Fiesta mentioned.
We were given a USB key that had the Fiesta Vowel movement on it, so we used the Fiesta Vowel movement logo rather than the Ford Oval, as it wasn't provided for us. I mean, I definitely take it on board about mentioning the word Fiesta separately to the Fiesta Vowel movement. I think that's absolutely something we definitely could have done.
Could you give me an idea of how many visits you expect to our Facebook site?
I'll take that one. We didn't look into how many visits we didn't look at friends or anything like that. However, obviously the rules are that if something is good, one person tells 12 people. So looking at it that way, I mean, obviously we would expect large numbers, but it's not something we looked at in detail, to be honest with you.
Here's a small point, guys, to be picky. Your Facebook URL and how you've written it is not exactly how it is communicated to you in the brief. Let's start with being very precise at the outset and making sure people get the precise information.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Okay. Elevate Marketing. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And finally, it's Fusion's turn to present their 11-month calendar.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're your Fusion Marketing. We didn't look at this as a task. We looked at this as an opportunity and an absolute pleasure to get down at grassroots level, one-to-one with your target market at the festivals. Without further ado, I would like to go through our calendar with you. This is our front cover, and the back has all the details of how to enter the competition. I'll go through the months now. January depicts Dean, an individual that was on several festivals that he had gone to. He was actually, after on a high, coming out of seeing his favourite band. We felt that this depicted him in his element of having that fun and ultimate experience at his festival. And again, we would just like to be linked in the Great Suspension, one of the features on your Ford Fiesta. So without further ado, I'll bring you over to my colleague Jamie, who will run through the latter stage of our calendar. Thanks so much.
Good morning, guys. We'll move on to November here. This guy is Michael. Michael is actually a trainee solicitor. He does these 12, 13-hour days. And his chance to get to a festival is where he can be someone completely different. He can cover himself in blue paint. He can walk around naked if he wants. But this is his chance to just really enjoy himself and do something completely different. OK, we'll move on to the final one. What's this? This is December. Guys, Ford Motor Company is from America. As we all know, America was discovered completely by accident. A technical error resulted in one of our best photos not making it to this final slide. And we have almost immediately turn it into a huge idea. What we want you to do is to basically invite people onto Facebook, and what better way than to reward people by actually getting the winning photo on the final month. This is our America. This is our concept. It's your opportunity. I'll now open the floor to any questions you may have.
It is a very good recovery, but I don't want you at the same time to think that you've got away with it, because it's a 12-month calendar. That was the brief, and you haven't delivered 12 months.
I do understand that. We had this discussion and we said, guys, if we were given our chance to put in our 12th photo, would we do it? And we were, absolutely every one of us said no.
Very ballsy, thank you.
But given the calendar as is, with the 11 months in it, how would you plan to market it?
This is your chance. There's a photo that means the world to somebody, and it's their chance to really immortalise that photograph. It would really encourage people, give them people more of an incentive to have this photo that means so much to them on the calendar.
You know that the Ford Oval is one of the most recognised brands in the world. Why did you choose not to use that?
Primarily, we wanted to push the Fiesta movement, and obviously the Fiesta itself. We felt really, really strongly about having the Fiesta logo on every single page. We do take on board that the Ford Oval is obviously very recognisable, and we do have it on the front cover in terms of it being on the car. We do feel that Fiesta is strongly recognised in its own right, and that primarily was our main kind of point of focus.
Fusion marketing. Goodbye.
Cheers. Thanks a million. Thanks so much.
And as both teams head to the boardroom to face Bill, it's time for the judges to decide which calendar best fits their brief.
What to say here? There's a fundamental problem with this, which is that there are only 11 months in this calendar.
Strictly speaking, you could argue they didn't complete the task, but actually they fulfilled a lot of the criteria the task required.
For me, the ultimate party moment I was absolutely delivered on. However, there's no mention of the word Fiesta. There is no mention of the Ford brand.
Yeah, you'd have no idea if it was on the shelf of a shop, who it's for.
What it's for,
you know?
Yeah. I think exactly it's understanding the difference between a creative brief and a business brief.
Yes, which has a creative element.
Which has a creative element, exactly.
Yeah.
Good morning, candidates.
Morning, Bill.
This week, Ford Ireland gave you a fun task, but one that had a serious business brief behind it. Elevate. Who did you choose as your project manager?
I was project manager, Bill.
And what did you think of your teammates in this task?
I thought that people really stepped up to the mark, and most people really got behind the team.
Most people? What does that mean?
There was one exception, I felt. There was one renegade.
A renegade?
A little bit, yeah.
That's a strong word, Sarah. So tell me about it.
I felt the renegade in our team was Najat. From the word go, I felt her negativity was overwhelming. I felt that she pulled away from the task. She offered problems, not solutions at any point.
Najat thinks you're a very good team PM. Right, Najat?
On the contrary. On day one, I had initial concerns about originality and uniqueness. I don't feel I was being negative. I thought I was bringing concern to the table and trying to get that, you know...
Did you feel you were being listened to?
No, not at all.
Michelle, how did you find Sarah?
I really appreciated Sarah's creative input. The issue was communication. It felt like we weren't being listened to. The photographs we were being asked to send over to the lads, we couldn't actually do. I mean, it was ironed out in the end, and we did get all the shots Sarah wanted, but there was a massive communication issue on both sides.
That should never happen.
Absolutely should never happen, and I think the communication problem could have been completely avoided had we seen a photograph of the car off the bat. It was the first photograph we should have seen, and then we all would have been singing from the same hymn sheet.
Did you not go to the festival and see what the car was like?
No, we felt we had a lot of work to do back in the workroom.
So how did you decide to divide your team up?
Both Najat and Michelle said they wanted to go out into the field to take the photography. Dave said he wanted to stay on the design side. I was happy with that because he has a background in car sales. Panos wasn't really in a great condition to be going out into a festival.
Have you a condition, Panos?
I wasn't very mobile to go to a festival and running around trying to take photos.
What was wrong with you?
Well, I woke up one day and I just could not move my neck, so I had to take painkillers for the whole day.
Panos, if you were on crutches with me, you might have to go running. Do you know what I'm saying here?
I do, Bill.
So, this is your front cover?
It is indeed. Like the colour and the movement in the background kind of reflect
What's in the background?
the piece of graffiti there with
Graffiti?
the house movement, yeah, which kind of reflects the fun, energetic and stylish kind of brand values of the Ford Fiesta.
That's brilliant. You just look at that shot and you see the brand values of the Ford Fiesta.
That's what we were trying to convey.
That's
with the
astonishing,
image.
because I don't see it.
Nothing about Ford.
Yeah.
Nothing about the car. All the things which you were to convey in the business message. Still nothing. As a matter of fact, when it comes to ultimate party moments, I don't think that's a party anyone would like to go to. And what about the website address?
Of Facebook/Festival Movement.
Yeah,
or
that's
Festival.
wrong. So how could you get a basic detail like that wrong? Did you not see it?
I asked Dave to confirm and confirm again whether it was the right site.
Well, to be fair, Bill,
that's what I'm trying to be.
I wasn't. I was asked to do specific things. She asked me to check and recheck the phone number. I definitely was oversight on me when I came around and looked at the calendar, but it definitely wasn't the case that I gave her the wrong address. No way.
So you typed it in wrongly?
You called it out, Dave.
Why didn't someone put a logo in here? Just give me that one.
There was a Ford logo in the USB that Ford gave them.
Did you not have that?
I didn't see it.
I checked afterwards.
I didn't see it, honestly. That was my fault.
It was definitely there.
Absolutely my fault then.
Your job is to watch those details and get them correct. So we had the Facebook address wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have Ford on it.
No.
We didn't have Fiesta on it.
No.
In fact, we only had one picture of the car then. Do you know who your client is here?
Absolutely, yeah.
Who is it?
It's Ford.
So, Fusion, who did you decide to be PM?
I was PM, Bill.
So, what was Jamie like as PM, Will?
Jamie, all in all, overall, Bill, he was a good PM. Obviously, you know about there was a couple of hiccups, the lack of 1 month. I personally didn't see light at the end of the tunnel. For someone like Jamie to actually bring the ship back on board, I think he did think all in all he did a very good job with that sense.
Barry, were you happy to be led by Jamie?
I was, Bill. We worked well together. I think all in all, I think he did a sterling job. If I wanted anybody beside me, I'd want Jamie, if I'm being honest.
Getting a bit close for me. Niamh?
All in all, obviously, we had massive
I'm
issues.
loving this phrase, all in all. That's the third person to say that.
Well, we were at sea and he pulled us all together.
So who got you into the sea?
The fact is the pictures were sent on time. As soon as the lads had them, they sent them. We didn't receive them. That was obviously a technical problem. A lot of the ones we were receiving weren't usable.
That's a different thing.
That's exactly the problem. The ones you were receiving were the same versions of one shot. They hadn't been filtered.
What does this portray?
Portrays a guy at a festival, going, you know, having a good time and just doing something different.
Having a good time?
Yeah.
It's also meant to be the body-coloured bumpers. So
Stylish
we
body
painted
work.
him blue and then did
We
stylish
painted
body
them
work.
blue. Who painted them blue?
Kira painted them blue, yeah.
Kira.
Yeah.
I did, Bill.
This man is Dean.
That's right.
And he's only 16. Do you know what that is?
It's a child.
Illegal. This picture can never be used. This is a minor. Did you not quiz him? Where's your ID is what you have to ask the guy.
I didn't really question it because, if I'm being honest...
He said he was 18.
He did, and I didn't
That's
question
borderline.
OK, Bill.
I should have checked.
You were running a pub.
Absolutely. and
Let
I
me
did.
have a look.
Yeah, you're right.
You wouldn't have let him in.
You're right, Bill.
I know I wouldn't.
I should have. OK, Bill.
Oh, that's silly stuff. OK. Well, now we've November here.
That's November, yeah. That's
And December.
December is our money shot that didn't arrive on time.
December is the biggest selling month in the car industry. December vanished. You cancelled Christmas. Why didn't you have another picture ready, dropped in, and if this one doesn't work, I'll just press the button and we have that?
Because we were working on November, and before November we were working on October.
So you were out of time anyway.
Because we hadn't got
So
the
even if you
images
had
yet.
got it, you wouldn't have made it. Do you know all you needed? A picture of the Ford Fiesta, and you know all you had to write on it? Thanks, Santa.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Put something in.
We missed out on this calendar by 1 shot. We absolutely pulled every person we could in the festival for our group shot. If everything was working well, that photo would have been there at 5:20. The guys would have had 10 minutes. It would have been very unfair and still very tight on the guys They didn't even get them. In 50 minutes, they didn't get 3 photos due to no fault of their own. We got those photos out the gap as quick as they were ready. Bill, I ran all day long.
Jamie, let me say something here.
Okay.
I'm not interested in anything except results. It's up to you to solve the problem. You have nothing, here's what I'll do. I'll get a courier up.
Absolutely.
That's your job.
Okay.
Handle the problems as they arise. Don't be giving them to me. I don't want them. So there was only one calendar that communicated the business message Ford wanted, and Elevate, you missed every single one of them. No logos, no Fiestival explanation, no commercial aspects. You have messed up so badly that you let an 11-month calendar beat you.